Hello everyone, this is Priyadarshini here, design team member for craftyscrappers, and I'm here today with a new video, and I'm going to be doing some stenciling techniques which I have personally tried and I've enjoyed, and I've made a lot of cards and other projects using these techniques. So I've made 3 cards today. All the 3 have different techniques, and let's get started. For my first card, I decided to do some highlighting of the stencils by adding different colors or shades to the stencil design. And here I'm using 4 different shades of grey from Altenew. That's Morning Frost, Evening Grey, Lava Rock and Moon Rock. For this technique, I decided not to use sponge daubers or ink blenders, but instead I used earbuds, and it works perfectly for such stamps. Even if you have very intricate design stamps, this technique works. I wanted my background to have a kind of a neutral color, so I decided to go for grey. So what I'm doing here is I took 2 buds, and I could use each side for one color. So I'll take my earbuds, I just rub it on the ink pad like how we use a sponge dauber, and I slowly start adding these colors to the stencil. I didn't go on any routine way, but I just randomly started coloring the stencil. So once I'm done, now you can see how this technique works and how the background actually looks with all the 4 different shades of one color. I didn't want to use the entire background, so what I did was I die cut a circle from this stencil background for my card, and since I felt something was missing, I also added a piece of vellum. If you don't have vellum, you could also use a tracing paper, that also works. I've tried that before, it also works as an alternate for vellum. I am adding this die cut circle to a top fold note card. Then I'm using a butterfly from Fluttering Butterflies stamp set. I color them with pencils. I'm using double-sided foam adhesive to add my butterfly to the center of the stencil piece. To finish the card, I added the sentiment and the small butterfly on the sides. I used evening grey ink to just stamp a couple of butterflies and some rhinestones to finish the card. For my second card, I decided to use Abstract Stars stencil, and I placed the stencil and secure it well with my washi tape. And for this card, I decided to use color pencils. I've used Faber-Castell POLYCHROMOS color pencil. Any color pencil works for this technique. You can actually get more out of this technique, and here I created a rainbow color background. I'm using a light and a dark color of a dark shade of each color here. I'm holding the stencil firmly and I'm slowly coloring on each of the design. This technique will work with such stencils, and if you have stencils with larger design as well. So once I finished coloring the entire pattern, I'm slowly removing the washi tape, and this is how the background actually looks. You can make a one layer card using this technique, because there is nothing to worry that the ink is going to bleed, or if you use Copics it might sometimes bleed. Once I finished with the coloring, I added this sentiment from Life Quotes, Bloom Where You Are Planted. I die cut it using a circle die, and I pasted it using foam adhesive right on the middle of the card. To finish the card, I just added some half cut dull gold beads and finished my card. My last card is just a normal single layer background technique here, and for that I used this mermaid scales and played stencil from craftyscrappers, and I've used the plate design here. And for the stamp, I use Super Siblings. I use the girl stamp from this set, and this is also a one layer card. And then I stamped this image of girl from the stamp set. I colored her and I fuzzy cut her, and I added her to the center of the card, and I added the sentiment Wonder Sister Happy Birthday, so this makes a birthday card. And I added some gold liquid pearls to the background of the card to finish it. I hope you all enjoyed my video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and do follow us on our blog. And we have a monthly challenge that is still going on with the theme florals and textures. Do participate in our monthly challenge, and thank you for watching my video. Happy crafting, everyone.